La 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 la.
Meh, 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 meh.
La 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 la.
Meh, heh, heh, heh,
I think it's
heh.
work. I think the microphones are working. But you did ask me a stupid ass question before this all started. Why the fuck would I know if Bang Bros is still going on when they have Pornhub for free?
I mean, they do. And actually, if you're a true expert in this field and really, made the most of your quarantine, you would have known that all porn was for free. That all porn was for free during that time. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Unfortunately, I never checked out the Bang Bus Bros. I was just curious if they're still going.
I don't know.
Just a couple bros.
I'm pretty sure the
giving
Bang
out rides.
I'm
Giving out rides.
Listen, the Bang
For
Bang
free,
Bus.
just
The
a
Bang,
couple good
let me tell
bros.
you what the Bang Bus is. It's
Okay.
literally the Jets game of the week, like for the red zone. Like they don't show that game because they know there is no touchdowns. Like
It's out of
like I know the Jets are playing, but do I care? Fuck no. That's
Right.
what the Bang Bus is to me.
First of all, that's a big lie. Is your girlfriend starting to listen to this show now? Is that what it is?
I doubt she is.
First of all, I know you're definitely during peak of quarantine. You're doing the 2-a-days without a doubt.
Yes, my forearms look amazing. Look at my left,
Those are massive. Show them the camera one more time.
My left arm is huge.
For all you watching on YouTube, that is look at the irregular size. That is apparently
irregular. It's irregular.
That is an apparent difference.
It's irregular, but goddamn.
Yeah. Speaking of apparent differences.
So, welcome to Face of the Franchise. I am your host, Michael Isam Shanuti. I don't know why I said my middle name.
I love it. You should say that every week. That is smooth. That is clean.
And to my right is always the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour.
Joseph Thomas Langlots
Or
Doran.
as the
So
porn
nice, I
community,
needed two middle names twice.
or the OnlyFans community knows him as Lil Joe, a.k.a. the guy who will send.
The OnlyFans community knows me as keeping OnlyFans alive. Bella Thorne, fuck you.
Isn't that shit fake?
From what I heard, yes, it was fake. That she basically I think she pulled like 8 million on people and scammed 8 million from people and never sent out any pictures.
It's like, what is it, Wedding Crashers? Damn, sluts.
Sluts. You gotta, and also speaking of Wedding Crashers and a reference to The Outsiders, you gotta stay Golden Pony Boy, and that is staying away from the OnlyFans and not getting scammed
I guess so.
by Bella Thorne, the former
so.
Disney star.
So I guess what we have here is a situation of, what OnlyFans is known for is obviously like naked pictures
How
and
are you
stuff
gonna pull
like
this
that.
transition off?
So let's see. As well as cucking.
Okay.
You like that?
Okay.
As well as cucking. So there was a couple of cuckings happening to two of the best football teams I've ever seen: the New York Jets and the Washington football team. I think that is the first time. That is the first time I actually ever said Washington football team knowingly. Like I was like, I said it, but I know I'm saying it. You know what I mean?
You were consciously aware that you were
that I
going
did not
through your
fuck
head
it
through
up.
your mouth.
That I did not fuck it
Well,
up.
last week you said it, but you weren't aware you said it.
Exactly. Like I was like, did I say it? Okay. Well, for the Washington football team, that man Dwayne Haskins, DMV,
Hallelujah.
young Simba, might as well be called Mufasa because he's dead.
Hallelujah.
So,
Hallelujah.
guess who comes in? Not Alex Smith, Kyle Allen, the guy who came in for Cam Newton. Won a couple games. He did good. Listen, here's the stretch you guys have. Ready?
Yeah.
You guys are you're down half a game. Eagles have the Steelers, the Ravens, and I think two harder teams after that. Cowboys have the Giants.
I believe that's when they start getting into some difficult AFC teams.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and they have the Giants. I know they have the Seahawks at one point. They lost to the Seahawks, but I know the Cowboys have a tougher stretch than you guys. You guys play the Bengals.
We
and
can win some games
you
here,
guys,
man.
You guys can win some games. So if Kyle Allen can get you to that playoff, I guess, at 6 to 7 wins, apparently, who are we to judge?
We will be the first 6-10 team of all time in the playoffs. I'm very excited about that. But at the end of the day, I don't think any NFC East team deserves to get in the playoffs.
No.
I think we finally did make the right move, more importantly, what we're talking about here, to bench Dwayne. If I could just go off for a moment. Do you have something to put in?
Fine,
and then
just
I'll go
put
off.
in, and then you can go off because I know this is your team. Go off, King.
Right.
Be the man. The only thing I have is, for all the people who say they need to change the playoff format to like the best records, why, shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth. Because I know for a fact... Hold on, let me finish. Because I know for a fact if your team was in the NFC East, you wouldn't be bitching if you won it at 6-10. So shut the fuck up. Continue.
So after we do get this night's stretch, I do just want to point out before we go forward, and I definitely disagree with that, is that one, So after this kind of nice stretch we have coming up, we see the Bullets, the Giants. I think the Rams are going to be a little bit tough this week coming up. But then we go and see the Steelers, 49ers. Supposing Jimmy's back and they're hopefully mostly healthy again, that's still going to be a tough matchup.
Right.
And then we got the Seahawks right after that. So I mean, but I think Kyle here, where we can string some wins together, Kyle definitely can, and hopefully get us potentially. This 4-week stretch we have coming up of the Rams, Giants, Cowboys, Giants, I really think there's a solid chance that we can get at least 2 of these. If we can get 2 out of 4 of these, I would be pretty damn happy.
I think what the point is if you build yourself a big enough gap, I don't see if the Eagles and the Cowboys keep trending the way that they're trending.
Yeah.
I don't see them breaking that gap unless you guys go back to being the Washington R words and not the Washington football team.
Well, first of all, that may happen. You never know with Dan Snyder what he wants to do. If he figures out a way to finesse it, pulls a quick Trump, and then says, I'm against the team, but actually I'm for the team, and actually we should actually get out stimulus relief, and no, we shouldn't, and the economy crashes, and I'm going to go on a different rant there, so I'll go ahead and stop myself ahead of it and say a couple of things. Number one. Every once in a while,
we're not political.
Every once in a while, conspiracy theory Joey, political Joey pops in. We're gonna let him pop right back out. And here's what I have to say, man. Number one, it was the right decision. Like I said, Dwayne's clearly not it. Number two, I think these teams do not deserve to be any. Of these 4 teams in this division does not deserve to be in the playoffs. Plain and simple.
As of now, yeah.
I understand the structure and I agree with it for the most part. But I think there almost has to be some sort of relegation where, okay, if your team, all 4 teams are under 500, then you go ahead and a team from a different division is wild card spot. Because it's bullshit, the fact that, in my opinion, do you want to see a 6 and 10 team in the playoffs?
At this point,
do you deserve to be in the playoffs? You don't.
Listen. I know adversity is all the rage in sports and all that shit. I understand. But you win your division. That's the way it is. It's kind of like, I guess I'll be like a baseball purist because baseball purists love to keep everything traditionally the same. That's why they bitch about bat flipping and nobody can get a fucking MLB video unless you have to go through the MLB copyright shit. Right. That's a whole different story.
That's a different podcast.
That's a different podcast for a different day. But my point is you win your division. That's one goal that every coach says. Just win the division, get to the dance. And we play fantasy football. That's what we always say, right?
Right.
Is make it to the dance, and then who knows what happens. Because shit happens.
I've seen a 6 and 7 team go ahead and win it all.
Exactly.
It was
and
fucking
do you
bullshit.
think that's
Darwin,
bullshit?
you're welcome
Exactly.
if you listen to
You
this
think
show.
it's bullshit, but at the same time, they won it fair and square. Like, they made the playoffs. Yep. They did it. That's what they did.
And then Giants got 2 off of being 9 and 7, right?
It's the other 5, now 6 teams that go into that playoff with whoever wins the NFC East to beat them. Like, you beat them, that's fine. That should be an easy win, right? Even if you go on the road. Say, like, it's whoever doesn't win that division in, like, the NFC West. Because I have a feeling 3 teams are going to go. Like, say the Seahawks win their division, and the Rams play the Eagles. The Rams should beat the Eagles because you're that good, right? Then prove it. Do it.
Fair point. I see what you're saying. I just think at the end of the day, man, it's... you see the Eagles Rams clearly didn't prove it last week. To your point, not a playoff situation. But more importantly, man, I just don't see why you would even want to face these teams. It's pointless. It's a free dub. You might as well go to the divisional round.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving the fuck on.
But another cucking happened. So
Cuck it up. The week of the cucks, baby.
So... We'll talk about Bill O'Brien a little bit.
Whoa! Actually, I fully know where you're going next, and I completely disagree. I think this is long overdue. I think that this is well deserved. I think that this team that we're about to.
O'Brien, or are you talking about the Jets?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That is a cucking. I've been talking about the Jets. Can we do that first before Bill O'Brien?
Oh my God.
I thought. Okay.
Okay. So the reason why I
thought you were
Bill
insulting
O'Brien,
the best quarterback of all time in Joe Flacco for a second.
Oh, I am. Oh, don't worry. It's coming. It's gonna happen.
Elite.
So whether you
we're doing this new look at the camera thing, by the way,
because I like it.
You don't look good. It's not a good look on you. It looks good on me.
Game Blouse's bitch. Second.
Not you.
Second. I brought up Bill O'Brien because he was the only coach that got fired so far. I believe the next one is gonna be Adam Gase.
I don't know how it was.
But this man is trying everything to save his job. Everything. AKA benching Sam Darnold for the elite Joe Flacco. with the lowest of the lowercase e's I've ever seen in Elite. The guy has done the most finesse robbery in NFL history. You go to the Super Bowl because of Ray Lewis and the defense and Jacoby fucking Jones.
Watch your fucking tone.
And Ray Rice
Watch
beat up defenses more than he did his wife. No, we don't condone beating up wives, but beating up defenses.
I don't think you have to
fine.
clarify that.
You never know with these PC culture people. Second,
sure, the damn hippies.
Second,
no one wants your bury a tie, motherfucker.
12 and 2. He literally, the defender in the Broncos game against the Ravens fell the fuck down, and Jacoby caught a game-winning touchdown. Joe Flacco didn't do shit. And then look at it now. They got another cuckster named Lamar Jackson. That's a different story.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to stop you dead in your tracks.
But Joe Flacco
stop you dead in your tracks.
Go pick up Arizona defense. That's a consensus
Have
across
you ever
every
heard
team.
of bias?
Joe Flacco is not a good quarterback.
Thanks, Steelers fan.
Joe Flacco is not a good quarterback. He's not on the Ravens. Why would I?
He's elite.
Who gives a fuck?
He's got a Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
This guy.
So does Trent Dilfer.
This guy.
Like, what are we talking about here?
This guy is absolutely top-notch quarterback. Exactly what you want. Veteran leader.
Tell me every
Super
Super Bowl champion has an elite
Jets
quarterback.
12 and 4. You heard it here first. Jets 12 and 4. Guarantee it. As long as Joe Flacco's at the helm, it's all over. Everybody should be in fear.
How's the comedy thing going, Joe?
Put down $100.
Clearly, it's not working. It's not a joke. This is not a joke. Somebody get Sam Darnold out of that fucking dumpster fire. It's clear as day. It's Adam Gase's problem. Because here's my point. Kenyon Drake leaves Miami. What happens? He becomes a first, second round pick in fantasy football. Devontae Parker. He's doing wonders without him. Wonders.
Yep, I'm going to break this down.
Le'Veon Bell, one of the best running backs I've ever seen.
Ruined his career.
Yep. Sam Darnold, a guy who I've seen, when he calls his own plays, actually looks great. He's not Rosen. He's not Lamar or not Josh Allen by any means. Of course not. But I'm saying he could be right under them with Baker. Yet,
sure.
What is he doing? He's getting benched, dude. Like, get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
People are saying he should go to Pittsburgh, be like Ben's backup. Sure.
You didn't mention Ryan either. Ryan Tannehill, great, one of the best.
Ryan Tannehill, great point. Like, Ryan Tannehill almost took a team to the Super Bowl. Like,
right.
This is crazy.
Like, we thought his career was over with Adam Gase.
I'm so surprised. And
he's literally a career killer. Get away from Adam Gase. He is your cancer career killer. He is. If your team does not have COVID or is worried about COVID. The Jets, I'm telling you right now, you got a case of COVID in the building, and it is as strong as it comes.
Jets are more deadly to the U.S. public than COVID. Like, I'm sorry. To Jets fans, to Jets fans, I am so sorry. Like, I could not be more sorry. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez was the best quarterback you've had in ever. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't understand this. But the guy who's in the helm right now, the GM, did not pick Adam Gates, so that's good. He will get fired. I know that. And Darnold will get traded.
Wait, who did you say was the best quarterback ever on what team?
No, Mark Sanchez on the Jets.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, let's not forget about Mr. Call his shot way back in the 60s, baby.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't count. Come on.
I thought that's what you were saying.
Big Joe Namath's fans.
Love Joe Namath.
I would love to have him. Dude probably laid so much chum back in the day.
Come on the show, Joe.
Dude,
we know you listen.
28% of the female public in New York fucked Joe Flacco during that time. Or Joe Namath.
And probably Joe Flacco now. Why wouldn't you?
Because I think Joe's married.
So what?
Yeah,
his wife's cool with it. He knows.
Cheating!
His wife knows what he is.
Next on cheaters. Anyways,
I mean, no, they're cool with it. It's an open marriage, and she's just like, "You're Joe Flacco. I'm lucky enough to be married to you.
I think that saves
the greatest quarterback of all time."
Did you see
that? Honestly, probably is a lot of athletes' marriages.
Andre Carolinko.
Not to throw anyone under the bus, I'm sure there's a lot of healthy athlete marriages.
Andre Carolinko, his wife did give him a hall pass once every NBA season. She's like, you can cheat on me one time during the NBA season, and it helped their marriage. Did Carolinko do it? Probably, but like at the same time, like really, like who cares?
Thomas Middleditch, a comedy hero of mine, not an athlete, had an open marriage for a very long time, successful 5-year marriage, and they said when they stopped. The open marriage. Thomas Middleditch from Silicon Valley playing Richard Hendricks.
Oh, really?
The guy in every Verizon commercial.
Nice.
Improv king for all my comedy Bang Bang fans out there.
Boom, boom.
boom, boom, comedy, bang, bang. But yeah, man, so it can work. Open marriage can work.
All right.
Here, face of the franchise in support of whatever marriage you choose to do.
Thank you. And here's a marriage that ended poorly. Bill O'Brien and the Texans.
Love that transition.
Got it.
That gave me a transition voter.
Oh,
Nice
man.
one.
I'm half chub.
Yeah.
That's actually
Face of the
another...
franchise, very horny.
We didn't add this to the docket, but we're going to add that to the
But save
docket
for it.
after. Bill O'Brien getting fired, perfect, great. I love it. I think it's time. I mean, but before...
Long overdue. Long overdue.
Well, I wish this happened before they traded DeAndre Hopkins, because, God, I mean, like, that should have been the needle, like, that should be the straw that broke the camel's back, honestly.
Pick your metaphor. Nail in the coffin.
I got in an
Camel's
argument
back.
with a guy the other day, and I don't know if you
I guess
believe
those
in
are
this.
just those two.
I don't know if you believe in this. If we switched Watson and Mahomes, Chiefs, in my opinion, would not go down. Like, they would go probably the same. They'd probably be running the same.
It's pretty close, man.
Pretty
Close. I still think Patrick, no matter what, would always be overall better talent
Bingo.
than Deshaun Watson.
But it's kind of like
And that
the
is
Tom
me
Brady.
saying,
It's
admitting
like that
it.
whole Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady
Very
thing.
rare,
If
yeah.
we switched them, they both would still be very great, but would like in this sense, like Watson wouldn't bring them down. It'd still be probably like the same.
They'd probably be still a pretty good team. I don't know if they would have won that Super Bowl. I don't know if they would have came back.
Watson has a great
Down
deep ball.
21,
He has a great
bro.
deep ball.
Down 21.
This is more me complimenting Deshaun than taking away from Patrick, if that makes sense. I just think the situation in Houston was so shitty.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
shady.
you have a quarterback or a coach that loves a pocket passing quarterback that loves early 2000s football. I mean, it's a adapt or die league, right? And he died. And same thing with, I think that's happening. On another note, I think he's a very similar coach, and I know I'm going to get a little bias hate here, to Mike McCarthy, right? And you see what's happening right now. There's a reason, and I said this again and again and again after when he first got hired. Halfway through the summer, dude, and week one I said this. He got fired from the Packers because he could not adapt. He could not adapt. Aaron Rodgers was sick of it. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl despite Mike McCarthy, a great Iceberg quote. Shout out Iceberg. I think he's still listening here as well. And I mean, there's not much more to say than that. It's Bill O'Brien is a Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy's gone by the end of the year after his first year as well. But yeah, Bill O'Brien, you had to go, and it luckily, I mean, somehow, some way, the ownership lets you stay around for 2-3 years longer than you should have.
Exactly. So, Bill O'Brien, thank you so much for trading DeAndre Hopkins for chips. Thank you for letting go Clowney.
Can we give him a na-na-na-na?
Na-na-na-na-na.
Let's give him a na-na-na-na. 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 Hey, hey, hey.
Go fuck yourself.
And die in a hole.
See, that's too much. All right.
I think it was perfect.
All right. Well, you brought up another thing.
But like naturally of natural causes, I don't want you to actually die.
Jesus Christ.
See?
We don't need. That's the stuff we don't need. This is
I think we do need. Hey, we need a clarification podcast. We're not murderers. As a nude said, we don't condone sexual abuse or abuse whatsoever, anything
PC
whatsoever.
culture.
Feeling
PC.
that we needed to go
Once
ahead
you
and
do
clarify
PC
those
stuff,
things.
you gotta
We don't
say it.
murder.
Anyways.
We don't like abuse.
So now on the COVID front.
Speaking of abuse.
And this is getting
murder.
abusive. So after 2 days of negative testing, the Titans have 2 more positive tests, which puts their game against the Bills in jeopardy once again. But that's not the only person who got it. Apparently, more players have gotten it. Stephon Gilmore being the highest name so far. I think he's higher than Cam, obviously, rating Defensive Player of the Year. Had it, positive. He's quarantined. Now, Pat's game is in jeopardy against the Broncos. We don't know if he transmitted it to anybody because there is a photo of him at the end of the game with the Chiefs touching Mahomes, touching all the players, giving them high fives normally. People are like, oh shit, does Mahomes have it? We won't know. We won't know. But this is now, like I said, when the Titans thing happened, the dominoes are fucking falling.
Yep.
This is now, I'm giving it now week 7. Week 7.
I was
all
saying
done.
week 8. I think over the phone I said week 8 too, right?
I think, yeah, week 8, week 7, about the same. This is all going to be done. I'm sorry. So all your fantasy football leagues, get ready to have that great conversation of, ooh, who gets the money? The guy who has the most points, the guy who has the most blah, blah, blah. At this point, when the 7 or 8 weeks hit, if it ends before
Get your
your
money back,
playoffs,
league's
get your
done.
money back, get your money. Yeah.
That's what you really should do. There's nothing else.
Congratulations, whoever had last place punishments. You won't have to do it this year. Go fuck yourself.
Wait, let's look right in the camera with me, and say. Wait, I want you to say.
Welcome to Not OnlyFans.
I want you to say, welcome to Not OnlyFans. Get your money back. What do we say, dude? Get your money back. Don't do anything else. Get your money back.
Tell Joe and Snooty sent shit, boy.
Get your fucking money back, and if not, Nude and Joe will get the money back for you. And nobody wants that.
I'm recording myself saying it.
Wait, let's go over the morning summary real quick that was tweeted out from Adam Scheffner. I just want to read this. A morning summary. 2 new positive tests in Tennessee, putting Sunday's Bills-Titans game in jeopardy. Patriots, Stephen Gilmore, tested positive, putting Sunday's Patriots-Broncos game in jeopardy. As Nude already pointed out, no positive tests today with the Chiefs, who played Patriots on Monday night. So you already answered the question. You think it's going to go ahead, go out week 7. I'm saying about week 8, probably sooner. What do you think? I mean, one, I was almost going to ask, what's going to force the NFL's hand, right?
So I think this is it. Okay,
but
there is.
When every team has it,
it's not
no
every team. I'll tell you what happens.
Okay,
I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Nude Pharaoh, break it down,
baby. We only had one game had to be rescheduled.
Right.
Easy money. That's easy money. When 3 or 4 teams have it, and you have to reschedule their opponents and their schedules.
Yep.
That's when shit goes out the window. That's when things get crazy. So if it's one game a week, like I said, okay, that's easy. Yeah, switch it. Whatever. Do this whole switch game. But now you're playing like a fucking Rubik's Cube. Like, how does all this fit together? How can we put
and there's
all these
pieces
games?
missing in the Rubik's Cube.
And it makes it bad. It also, there is a slight competition integrity thing, because now look at what the Chiefs had to do. It could happen to another team. The Chiefs played on Monday night, correct? They played this Sunday, then they played Thursday. In that stretch, there's only 10 days of rest with 3 games and practice. So, Chiefs, if any team could do it, it's the Chiefs. But so take a team like a team that has...
Do you ever just take a breath off of Patrick Mahomes' cock for a moment?
No, but like...
No, okay. Just want to clarify.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Okay, you want me to be honest? Chiefs, Ravens, Seahawks, Packers, those teams can do it. Teams that are fighting for a playoff spot, like the Browns, like the Titans, like the Pats, like decimated. Like especially
Rams,
the Pats.
Decimated.
Now the Pats have their starting quarterback and their best defender out. What are they going to do for 3 weeks? They're probably going to lose now, even though they had some people in their mind as an actual true contender. And I had them as the 5th or 4th best team in the AFC.
Yeah, I think I had them around the same. And I mean, I'll tell you right now, too, dude, it's coming to the point where you're seeing it strip off the stream slowly but surely, because we all wanted this so bad, and we all did. We all did. I was the first one to admit, I didn't even think it was going to happen. I was the first one to admit, maybe except for Nude, I wanted it more than anybody else. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I just don't. This is not football. This is not what football is. It's coming apart at the seams, slowly but surely.
I'm very depressed.
This is not This is the store brand product at best. This is barely. I mean, you're gonna cringe when I say this, and I hope you take it for what it is. But this is not even XFL, dude. This. I mean, it's getting stripped away to where we're gonna not even recognize this product, and it's gonna be completely gone because we tried to force the season.
Exactly.
It probably shouldn't have happened.
Like I said, and I will keep saying it, Roger Goodell equals Hitler. And
would have killed his? I said would kill his grandmother to make the season continue.
Oh yeah, 50. I said 5,000 people die before he says, "Oh, maybe we should cancel the season."
Would sacrifice children.
Yeah, good point.
Would 100%.
He would sacrifice his own children.
His own? Probably.
I say, like, worst commissioners of all time. Your fantasy commissioner. Enter name here, because you always call him an asshole. Like, the baseball commissioner. The commissioner of, the Olympics or the World Cup, like FIFA.
Right.
I heard they do some shady shit.
FIFA's fucked up. We don't
baseball, Roger Goodell, then, shit. Because I love Adam Silver, and then the NHL commissioner after that.
And I'm drawing a blank on the MLB's commissioner. I think it's Bud something.
Don't worry, Bud Selig, I think.
Yep.
Why do I feel like Bud Selig?
Oh, it's now Robert Manfred. It was Bud.
Robert Manfred. There it is.
Yeah. Because everybody was planning to know.
I told somebody that sounds like a serial killer. Be careful.
A little
Yes.
bit. It does.
Roger
Sounds like
Goodell
he's gonna have
looks
a
like a
Netflix
serial
six-part
killer.
series doc.
Roger
But
Goodell looks like a serial
we're off the rails. I want to bring us back in and just simply say, I mean, yes, well, one, I will agree, Roger Goodell does look like a serial killer. Two, I think he's gonna have to he's gonna be pulled here, and it's gonna end the season. He's gonna force his hand for sure.
Well, as of now, we had a week that was. So, you want to go to our surprises, disappointments, and games that caught our eye?
This week's I'm gonna start doing this as well. By the way,
Do
just so
it,
you
go
know.
for it.
This week's disappointment from Nudie.
You realize it's like...
It's the same thing. I understand.
You could do it. I wasn't surprised. So, disappointment? Jesus Christ.
Nope, I'm going to disappointment first.
Oh, wow. We didn't want surprises. All right, Joe wanted to start off on a bad point.
Let's start.
All right,
Get it out of the way.
Okay.
Tear it up.
You know what I'm going to say? I think everybody knows what
And
I'm
I
gonna
will say-
Everybody wants me to say this team.
It was
But-
general. You know what I'm saying? You were saying, let's start off on the next segment. And I could have started off on Game That Caught Our Eye. I could have started off on surprises.
You know what?
It was
I'm glad
kind
you
of
started.
up to my
I'm glad
discretion.
you started this because this is a public service announcement. The Atlanta Falcons are not my disappointment team of the week, which you thought it was. They've lost the Green
I
Bay
exactly
Packers.
thought it was going to be again.
They
But at
lost
this
to the
point,
Green
you're
Bay
just giving up
Packers.
hope.
They
You're
lost.
not-
No. It's not giving up hope. They
You're
lost
not-
to the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Had no Julio for the second half. Calvin Ridley looked like a shell of himself. Ghost.
I mean, a guy named fucking Robert Tonyan caught 3 touchdowns.
Baby Kittle, because he and McKittle love each other because of their wrestling backgrounds and band bud. It sounds like your typical.
You love your little ESPN feature stories.
It's like your typical Gold's Gym story of how they became lifting partners. So, but here's a public service announcement.
Both took steroids up their butt.
I am stripping away the Dallas Cowboys of ever being the hype team ever again. Ever. As long as Dak Prescott, Dakota Prescott is their quarterback, as long as Mike McCarthy is their coach, as long as the defensive coordinator cannot do anything with a defense, quote unquote, is supposed to be better than everybody else. The NFC East should be a runaway. Blah, blah, blah. This, and this. When you lose in that fucking fashion to the fucking Cleveland Browns, who everybody says, I've said it, you said it, mistake by the fucking lake. You made Odell Beckham look like a fucking running back. You made fucking Jarvis Landry look like a better quarterback than fucking Baker. Baker didn't have to throw the ball. Baker was like, I'll just keep running it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Zeke Elliott
had a 50-yard touchdown.
Can somebody
50-yard rushing
Can somebody get a milk carton and put Zeke Elliott's picture on there too? Because that man is gone. That man is fucking gone. The only person who's ever giving a flying fuck in this game is Amari Cooper. Everybody's like, where's Amari Cooper? Quietly, 13 catches. Quietly, 10 catches. CeeDee Lamb, looking like CeeDee Lamb. Great.
Yeah. Two
Wonderful.
touchdowns.
To all the Cowboys fans who need to hear this, hear it correctly. You guys fucking suck. And you are one stupid ass fucking onside kick away from being 0-4 and you being below the Washington football team, below the Giants, below the fucking Eagles. Yeah, guess what? The Eagles have everybody hurt. Washington football team doesn't know who their quarterback is. And you're over here debating if you have the right quarterback. Dakota Prescott sucks. But the defense sucks more. I don't blame it all on Dakota. I blame it all on the defense. I blame it all on Jerry Jones. I blame it all on fucking Mike McCarthy, who you all thought was a savior and a half, and that's the reason why Aaron Rodgers only has one
That
fucking
was the
Super Bowl.
funniest thing in the world to me.
Fuck it! Take the mask off. It's Jason fucking Garrett all over again.
You're
Cut
this
it out.
close to coming in the camera.
I'm about to blow my brains out.
I've never seen someone stare harder at anything than you do at that camera.
The amount of times I've heard Cowboys this, Cowboys that. I want to blow my fucking brains out.
Now, can I just say, I'm glad you're finally on board, because...
No, I've been on board.
Who'd you pick last week to win?
Oh, man, it's the Cleveland Browns. Exactly my point.
Okay. Regardless, who'd you pick to win before that? You picked the Cowboys to win 3 out of 4 weeks.
No.
You picked the Cowboys to win 3 out of 4 weeks.
Oh my God, Joey, they were supposed to beat the fucking... Okay, I picked the Who would they play first? Who did the Cowboys play first?
Motherfucker.
I know they lost to the Seahawks. I know for a fact they didn't pick them for the Seahawks.
Rams. They lost to the Rams first.
They lost. Okay, the Rams also a team I didn't know what was happening.
Then they beat the Falcons, which was silly.
That's come on. The Falcons are just a disappointment.
Barely count as a win. Then Seahawks they lost to.
I picked the Seahawks.
Then you got Okay, but I mean, 3 out of 4 weeks, you pick the boys. You pick the boys against the Rams.
Rams, when I had no idea what the fucking offense would look like. The Falcons are a disappointment in themselves, and I picked them against the Browns.
So you can't. Okay, so now today you can't say that you've been on it. This week you're now officially welcome aboard.
I know the Cowboys suck, but I didn't know the Cowboys. I didn't know the Cowboys sucked this bad. I should preface that. That's good. Very good. I knew they sucked, but this bad, they suck.
What do the kids call it? The hypebeast streetwear?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Yeah.
Them and the Broncos have the same wins.
They're like Supreme. Supreme's still cool? I feel like they fell off, right? They're like the Supreme
This is not
of the NFL. Show. This is well, you know what? For all my skaters out there, you're welcome for the reference. Are they even a skating company? Isn't it more kind of like a clout thing?
I'm poor.
Yeah, well, trust me, I can smell it from here, Betty. But what I can also smell is that this has been the Cowboys. This has been the Cowboys from the jump, exactly who they are, who they've always been, who they always will be, as long as Jerry Jones is at that helm and still trying to chase the glory that he'll never get. He's like a drug addict, chasing the fucking dragon. You're never going to get that same hit again that you did with Jimmy Johnson and then Troy Aikman in the squad. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. You guys are once again going to be below average. You may even be behind us in terms of where you are. You guys fucking speaking of making a milk carton, can we make a milk carton for every single Cowboys defensive player? Because I mean, I know it's a cliche thing to say, but nobody showed up on defense, right? Nobody showed up on defense. They have no defensive player whatsoever. I literally think that there's no one on the opposing field against the Browns.
No. That's what I'm saying. The defense. All I heard, people, Alden Smith. Okay, I was very wrong about him. But you paid DeMarcus Lawrence that much money. Garbage. Brian Jones is gone. Clearly it shows. You guys think you got a good quarter in fucking Diggs. Like, come on, dude. This defense is worse than fucking, it's Swiss cheese.
Your favorite reference, your favorite metaphor.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Holes. Okay, here. More holes in a whorehouse. How about that one?
Love it. Love it. And I mean, speaking of buying in on the hype train, dude, and really thinking that, this team is going to go ahead, they're going to shock the NFC West, they're going to be in the toughest division in football, they are going to be unstoppable, Kyler Murray, dark horse MVP. Well, I got to eat my words early on this one. This happens a whole lot during the season, and I'll take it right now before the season gets shut down, dude. I will eat my shit here. I was all in on Kyler. I was absolutely believing in this team, and you can't get it done 2 weeks in a row. And now you're starting to look at, okay, well, those first 2 wins, how good are the 49ers, dude? How good are the 49ers?
They did lose to the IR Eagles.
They lost to the Eagles. They lost to, who they lose to before that?
They lost to the Arizona Cardinals. They lost to the Eagles. They beat the Giants, and they lost to the Lions. No. The 49ers?
Yeah. You had it right. No, you were right. That was correct. That was
the Jets.
The Jets. Okay. Then they blew out the Jets. That's correct. Okay. There we go.
There it is.
We got ourselves. Teamwork makes dream work.
I remember that whole what's it called?
That was fucking terrible.
The what's it called? The MetLife Stadium curse. Ooh.
Right, exactly, right. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I'm fully out. Kyler, you got my hype up. I just think you guys, once again, don't have enough in terms of strength of defense. Does not look like what I thought it was going to be, and what I thought you guys were going to be able to get it together. Cliff Kingsbury, I'm sorry, I was high on Cliff, man. I was really excited about what he was bringing to this, but right now it just seems like let's either run it with Kyler or let's dump it to Hopkins, and that's all they're doing, man. It's incredibly frustrating. I still have a little bit of faith in this team. They can resurge together, maybe tough 2 weeks, but you got to get it done against the Panthers, and you definitely got to get it done at home against the Lions.
I'm not going to be off him too much, and I'm not going to blame it on Kyler either. I think Kyler's still balling. I think it's the defense.
Sure.
I don't know.
I can predict what that offense is.
I predict 6-10 anyway.
It's dump it to Deshaun, or just dump it to DeAndre, or it's fucking run the ball Kyler, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Kenyon Drake. Sorry for whoever drafted him, but
right.
That guy's gone. I think Chase Edmonds needs to take the job, in my personal opinion.
I couldn't agree more.
But yeah, it's a shell shock for me, because, not a shell shock, but I thought they would beat the Lions
and the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
and then you even said what it was last week, because I go back and I do the scores and I listen to what we do, and of course we always listen to our show because we love our show. But I mean, you said no, it's not for me picking the Cardinals. You said this game was tough, but it was the over/under that was tough for you.
Yeah.
It was the over/under.
That's what I told you. I don't.
We're on the same page here.
I know.
With the Cardinals. So, I mean, it's a wait and kind of see, but right now for me, you guys really broke my heart. You let me down, in my opinion. As long as you got that defense, as long as you're not getting any more creative with that offense either, when you have some absolutely explosive tools, you're a pretender. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think also this leads into my next point. It's a
surprise of the week. Newt's surprise of the week.
Oh my god. Like, if there was a team that I underestimated,
yeah,
it is definitely the Buffalo fucking Bills.
Me too, man. I said week 2, their offense is terrible. Again, please forgive me. I am so sorry.
I mean, like,
he heard us. He obviously listens to this.
Josh Allen basically told everybody to suck a dick this year. He basically told everybody to suck a fucking dick. Like,
yeah.
And, like,
anything you gotta say about
notion
was bullshit.
There was I mean, I know we're both Barstool fans. Shout out them. But, like, Dave Portnoy has a running joke saying Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson. And it's a running joke because he has his beef with Baltimore. Relax. I'm not saying it.
I know what he says,
but
be careful here.
But Joey, like,
I'm a little tired. It's a long day yesterday.
I don't know. He looks very, very good. Like, I'm not saying it's Lamar in any way. Just this year.
This is for the face of the franchise, listeners.
All he needed. I didn't know all he needed was Stephon Diggs, by the way. Like, literally, nothing got changed but Stephon Diggs. Like, Diggs was placed into the system. You needed another fast guy. They basically made a poor man's Chiefs offense. And it looks great. And their defense was always great. Did I have him pick up the division? Yeah. But, dude, this is a team that could win the fucking Super Bowl. Like, if they keep going like this is a team that could fucking win. Yeah. Like, I know that the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, Ravens are still the Ravens, and then everybody else. Bills are quietly, and I'm saying quietly because people don't look at Buffalo like that anymore. Bro, this is a fucking
It's where those outside fans in, like, week 7 or week 8 are like, the Bills are 6-1, they're a good team. It's like those outside fans that don't really pay attention. They just kind of watch their local team that they love, and they're just continuously shocked by this team. But if you pay close attention to this team, they're averaging 30 points a game. They're absolutely crushing it. Steamrolling fucking teams. Fucking absolutely giving blood orgies when they come out on the field. It's been awesome to watch if you actually have got to catch some of their games. They look great. Defense might be my only question here with them, as they have as well. I mean, let's look at it. Bills versus Dolphins. They let the Dolphins 28 points week 2. Bills versus Rams. Went ahead, let Rams have 32 points week 3. And, I mean, finally slowed down the Raiders a little bit last week, but make them what you will. I think that Saints week was a little bit of fluke week. But, yeah, I mean, I have been absolutely surprised here. But I do want to make a PSA. And something I do want to make clear on what the point you addressed about Lamar and Josh, because you know I got to, right, Nude?
Yeah.
I'm only going to say this once. And he's got to be a better quarterback when it's all said and done. Still there. We don't have to go in that debate this week, as that's an ongoing forever debate on this show.
I did not say anything.
But Lamar was almost my disappointment this week. Lamar was almost my disappointment of the week this week. He almost let me down. And yes, I understand they won by 14, but you should have blown that team out by 21. You should have absolutely made. There was 2 touchdown passes to Hollywood once again that he missed. One to Mark Andrews once again that he missed. I'm harshly judging you now, Lamar, and please don't get me off this, because I would hate to abandon this bit and I would hate to omit anything else. So right now, Lamar, I need you to step it up next couple weeks, because you're worrying me. Because right now, Josh Allen, you're looking pretty goddamn good. You're looking pretty goddamn good overall. And these first 4 weeks, I will say, you've been top 3 quarterback in the league.
I mean, I hope to God for your sake the bit doesn't end, because then you would have nothing to contribute on the show. But Allen this year, Josh Allen's stats look better than Lamar.
First of all, I have nothing but endless perfection to contribute on the show. You were waiting. By the way, can we just say, we had to stop it for a second, and the whole time you were thinking of that one.
Because you're a child.
Really excited.
You're a child and has to pee every 5 fucking seconds.
And, you know, Jimmy Butler can't close games. You know, he can get one perfect game.
This is a football podcast. Stop riding LeBron's dick. Go to your surprise.
First of all, I'm surprised. LeBron is just what LeBron is.
This is not the podcast for it.
They're overwhelming.
This is not the podcast for it. Go to
You
your
don't want to
surprise.
talk about it. You cried yourself to sleep last night. It's fine.
Listen,
Gentlemen sweep,
okay, you know
as I
what?
predicted.
2 minutes.
Mike
1 minute.
Jones.
1 minute. 1 minute.
You want 1 minute on it?
Yeah, 1 minute on it. Actually, I'll tell you. For all the people who text me, who call me, saying, "Oh, the Miami Heat this, the Miami Heat that," not once in my fucking adult life did I ever say that the Miami Heat would win a championship with this team, let alone go to the finals. So get off my fucking back. They didn't get swept, so shut the fuck up. They
I
will
didn't
be
say
fine.
gentlemen sweep.
They will be fine. And I said too. I said 4. Okay, last night
You were so
last night-
hyped up
no,
on
no.
the 8 ball of cocaine.
No,
and
I just said you were saying you said sweep and gentleman sweep. I said 4. I said they could get 2. Last night should have been 2 because Jimmy Butler needs to also wake the fuck up. That's besides the point. Go to your surprise.
Joe's surprise of the week. Yes, it is a division rival, but I am very, very happy with this team. Listen. I mean, I'm not gonna go say woo Eagles, but 2 ODU boys. I'm an ODU alum. One getting a touchdown. Shout out Travis. That was fucking awesome. Beating a team that was in the Super Bowl last year. Everyone thought the Eagles were dead. It still wasn't a great win, but they surprised me that they won it all. Shout out to Stephen Eck, who I know listens to this show. You guys did it. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Shout out to the ODU boys. And I just want to get that in this week.
That's it.
That's it. That was really it. Just shout out to the ODU boys. You guys surprised me. I didn't think the Eagles were capable of a win. 49ers, you're clearly fraudulent. Listen, I understand they're beat up. I understand they're injured. But I want you to take... Everyone knows what the 49ers are doing now, dude. Everyone knows what they're running it down your fucking throat team.
185 yards, by the way.
And still couldn't win the game, right?
That's fucking nuts. As a tight end.
13 receptions, 185 yards and touchdown, you still can't win the game.
You know that whole Kittle-Kelsey debate?
You think it's over?
I think it's over.
You think it's over?
I think it's Skittles time.
Kittle fucking laid the hammer down.
Oh, that man's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That man, people's elbow all day to Travis Kelce, the former's blackest man in the NFL. Travis Kelce is
I
down.
love Travis Kelce, but
you're giving the belt to Georgie.
But Georgie is he.
It doesn't matter who he is. It doesn't matter
if he was Georgie in the movie It, that clown would have been dead in the first second.
Woo! Get him! Get him! Get him! All right, we'll move right along to games that caught our eyes. Pharaoh's caught my eye of the week.
I feel like I've said this about both these teams, but the Saints and Lions game caught my eye for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
One,
you're loving the Lions.
I love the Lions, and I love how the Saints are playing right now. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear my sarcasm in my voice? Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Point of the matter is, Drew Brees looks old. The reason why I bring this up is because there is older quarterbacks playing in this league. Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Philip Rivers, you name, so on and so forth. He looks bad.
Can I just say something that I'm stressing at something?
Hold on.
Your sarcastic tone needs work.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen.
I love the way the Saints are playing.
Listen.
Saints are fantastic.
Don't you have to go to Mordor soon? Second.
I do have to do it.
Okay.
So that's good.
Second.
I do have to go get the ring.
It's just
Go
crazy.
install it again.
It's nuts to me that this Super Bowl caliber kind of quarterback kind of took a dip without one of the best wide receivers in football. Because we saw what Aaron Rodgers is doing without Devontae Adams. We've seen what, I guess you could put it in context with Ben Roethlisberger and Juju, like how they look without each other. Kind of thing.
Sure. You're like, is he gonna give me that one?
I don't know. That kind of tough to say.
I'll give you that. No, that's fair. I will give you that.
Deshaun doing all right without DeAndre Hopkins. We saw what Kyler did without DeAndre Hopkins. Point of the matter is Drew Brees dependent on Michael Thomas?
Did you say Deshaun Watson's looking all right?
He's looking okay. I'm not. Again, the verdict is out because Bill O'Brien is gone. But Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback.
He hasn't done enough, though, in the first
He's a great quarterback. That's not the quarterback I'm talking about. Drew Brees, you look old as shit. You look awful. Alvin Kamara saving that white ass. And
white racist ass.
Michael Thomas needs to get back ASAP. Now, on the other side, what a performance by the Lions. In all honesty, the Lions have been in most of their games except for...
They were in the first half of that Packers game.
Listen, 4 plays. I count them on my finger. 4 plays. The Swift missed catch.
Yep.
A couple plays in the Saints game. There was a catch I think that was dropped by Marvin Jones to go for a go-ahead touchdown.
I did not watch that game directly the whole time, so I can't say for sure. I was in and out on it on legal streaming.
So my point is, this team could easily be 3-1 and 2-2.
Yeah,
if
I
that
agree.
defense didn't look like shit. What
I disagree with though is
for sure lost to the Packers. You can't take that one away. That one was a shellac. So
100%. They were in that game the first half, but
yeah.
I mean, they actually led that game 14-0 the first half. But I will say a couple things with this Lions team. I mean, to be a good team, to be a great team,
you need a great defense.
You need to close games. You need to close games, right? And that's plain and simple. Yes, you need a great defense, but on top of that, you need to close games, period. And the Lions aren't doing that. I could sit here all day and say the Washington football team needed to be determined at a later date, but probably not. Could have won this game and that game if they would have drafted and if they would have made this certain play and wide open for a touchdown, Doesn't matter. You lost what you lost. I'm still not a believer in this Lions team. I see what you're saying, Nude. Still a 1-3 Lions team. I think they're going to be kind of what they've always been. Maybe with a little excitement next year for them, if football still exists next year. But right now, I think, I'm not a big believer in this team. Saints, I think, are going to once again be what they always are. I think they're going to be still around a 12-14, dude. I really do, and I think they're going to go ahead and lose in divisional or NFC Championship round if we make it to that far this season.
Well, I guess my early predictions right now, I think it's going to be Seattle, Green Bay. I would love to see that, but
I think as well, man. I don't see. I said last week on the show, Green Bay's going 16-0. You said I was wild. I don't think it's that wild.
I mean, it's very wild, but
I don't think it's that wild.
Hey, if we get two 16-0 teams, the Chiefs and the Packers, fuck it, let's see it.
I mean, say that one more time. Repeat that back for me.
Chiefs and the Packers.
Maybe.
No, your Ravens had a chance. You lost. So next,
I mean,
Ravens had a chance.
There's
Ravens
other.
had a chance.
Bills can definitely beat the Chiefs right now. By the way, and I'm not counting out the Ravens either.
Well, we'll see. I think they
definitely counting out the Steelers, but definitely not counting out the Ravens.
Shut the fuck up, Washington football team. Go ahead.
I believe we got to go ahead and go to your. Well, my caught my eye this week. I almost forgot my own caught my eye. I caught myself, and it is going to be the Chargers and Bucks. Kind of same thing you're going here, though, Nude. That you're going with the Lions. Listen, Justin Herbert. I think we got a new QB we can fall in love with.
Great quarterback.
Is that fair?
Good quarterback.
You almost beat the Chiefs. And you almost beat the Buccaneers. As Tom Brady's still on my mind. But yeah, I mean, you almost beat the Buccaneers here with a Tom Brady who honestly played the best game I think he's played in about 5 years, in my opinion.
5 touchdowns. Yeah,
5 touchdown passes. He said, they're not going to say shit about that pick 6 on Monday. Trust me. Fucking trust me. And he looked fantastic. But you went arm for arm with the greatest quarterback of all time, Justin. I thought you looked phenomenal. Still only owned in, I think, less than half of ESPN leagues, which is mind-blowing to me. If you didn't pick him up like I told you last week where he got 27 points, pick him up again this week. We'll get that in a little bit. But these Chargers, dude, look real. They look real with Justin Herbert at the helm. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but they look like they can keep up with teams, make an impact, and be a threat next year with Herbert at the helm.
I think, the Chargers, they're not going to... They're way, 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 way far away from the Chiefs. But this is like one of those teams that you could definitely... make some noise in the playoffs if they come in as a wild card team. Not like now, but I'm saying later on in life.
And you get Derwin James back next year. I think that's a team that could... that's... Talk about this. That's disappointment of the year, man. I think I called you immediately when I saw that Hard Knocks, because I didn't realize he was injured. Just quick side note, and I think we both had a moment of silence for Derwin.
Yeah.
Like, no bid here at all. Like, it was just, honestly...
Big safety guy. I'm a big safety...
We love our safeties here at Face the Franchise, man. We really fucking do. They don't get enough credit.
Fart, safety.
Yeah, I know you saw that, Instagram post with Jamal Adams in the game. Even though he wasn't in the game yet.
With the blunt.
Well, no. He had his helmet on with his arms behind.
No, but you didn't see it. Did you see the cover-up?
No.
The original photo had a blunt on his table. Got deleted, and he scrubbed it out.
No, I didn't hear that. Yeah. Nude insider is always,
my man said,
baby.
Locked in. Yeah, on that blunt. Continue.
Well, the blunt sometimes gets you locked in, baby. Don't disparage the blunt. Speaking of being blunt, we have been very blunt and very on fire with these fantasy waiver wire pickups, Nude. I think
If
we've
you
been.
picked up James Robinson week 1, you're welcome.
If you picked up Justin Herbert, you're welcome. If you picked up
Bingo.
Justin Wilson from Nude, you're welcome. Hey, Travis Homer, still got a touchdown despite Chris Carson playing, baby. So if you did that, snuck him into the flex and deep leagues, you're welcome. Hey, Nude, they welcome.
They don't know what to do with the money that they're about to win, if there is a season.
We are buying your new house. We're not even asking for anything in return. We're giving you a car, easy down payments. You don't even got to think about it. Don't got to take it from your savings because we are giving it to you with these picks. Nude, who you got this week at QB?
So at QB,
In our fantasy pickups of the week.
So
I
a lot
gotta
of
find
people,
like a new voice. In
Yeah,
the
you
tone.
really got to do that. Yeah. I didn't want to say anything.
I'll work
But-
on it. I'll work on it.
But with DJ Chark back, with him looking pretty good, and me thinking Houston is a bad team, start the mustache, Gardner Minshew. A lot of people don't have Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people don't have Matthew Stafford. A lot of those teams on bye. So if you need somebody to plug and play, put the mustache in.
I agree. He is a little bit of a bipolar quarterback, but I think it's a good week for him for sure. If you haven't picked up Herbert, as I mentioned, I believe I briefly mentioned, still owned in less than half the leagues, go pick him up right now. If not, you like someone consistent, you like somebody steady, you like somebody with a gigantic, massive, thick cock, then you know who to pick. That is Teddy Bridgewater. Go ahead, pick up Teddy Bridgewater for his thick cock. And I'm going to be steady, consistent. I probably won't turn the ball over. I'll probably get you at least 20 points if you're in a tough spot this week, especially because it looks like a couple more games are going to be delayed or done with COVID. So let's go ahead. Let's get yourself good old steady Teddy.
Nice.
Running back, Nude, who you got, baby?
All right, running back. I kind of forgot. Give me a minute.
All right, then I'll go ahead and go while you're pulling it up.
You go. You should.
Damian Harris. I actually had a friend, and you're familiar with this friend, and in fact is a character of this show. It is Jeff, who stays silent in the corner, who picked him up in the draft. I think that was a fantastic pickup.
I guess
Great
you picked
steal.
Sony. This fucking guy.
That sounds about right. Maybe you don't listen to news picks after him.
No,
letting go.
no. Because I picked up James Robinson, and I have a lot of wide receivers that are going good. I don't need him in the flex. Continue.
Little defensive, but we'll move right along.
Point is,
Just silent in the corner. Went ahead, picked him up in a draft. And he's was one of the few because he's only 33.9% in all ESPN rosters right now. So go get Damian Harris. 17 rushing attempts last week for 100 yards. I think that's just the start of this guy. I think Bill Belichick's finally got himself a mean green, consistent running back where it's just not in the red zone like good old LeGarrette Blount. So I really think I'm excited about Damian Harris. I think it's somebody that's going to be drafted high next year too. I am quite high on Damian Harris. Go get him. Did you remember who you got, baby?
So
I remember.
Yeah, so it's a guy who kind of got on the scene last year, and then with the drafting of a rookie running back doing good in week 2. I'm talking about Justin Jackson, Chargers. The rookie I'm talking about who had a great game was Joshua Kelly. Ever since that, Joshua Kelly has not cemented himself as the backup to Austin Eckler, who's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep.
You're taking a long shot on Justin Jackson, but he has a role in the passing game. He has a role in all this stuff. He could run away with the the starting job until Eckler comes back.
I agree.
So just a nice stash and dash, see what he does. Who I did pick up in that one league. So you're welcome.
I actually picked up him in 4 leagues this week. 100%. I am super high on Justin Jackson as well.
But if you have somebody else, play him. I'm telling you, don't start Justin Jackson until you see what happens. But this is a great guy to have if you're running back. Like
Him and a lot of you are. We know you are. But I'm telling you, Damian Harris and Justin Jackson, I think 2 high draft picks.
If they're out there, yeah.
I think they're 2 high draft picks next year.
So wide receiver.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
have T. Higgins from the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow is looking as much as a first round pick can look. AJ Green is completely disappeared. You could drop him in every league. I would highly drop him. But
High key drop real fast.
So when Burrow was drafted, the next person who was drafted after Burrow for the Bengals was T. Higgins. T. Higgins has that pedigree from Clemson. Clemson has a lot of good wide receivers. The guy only makes plays in the red zone and can make that touchdown-dependent kind of wide receiver look a little bit better because of that rapport he has from Burrow, from the rookie camps, from all that stuff. And don't sleep on Tyler Boyd, but if A.J. Green is is nowhere, and Tyler Boyd is getting double covered. There's only one person, T. Higgins.
Well said, man. I agree with you in that. And if you don't you don't feel comfortable with any Bengals, well, you probably won't feel as comfortable with this team either. But there's one clear man who's the red zone target up there in Denver, I should say, and that is my man Tim Patrick, who's gotten a red zone target every single week. 22, I like to give you how much owned, nude. 22% owned over here, which I think is very, very low for Tim Patrick. Go get him right now. He's going to get red zone targets. He's going to get you that touchdown, especially if you're in need of a little bit more depth at that wide receiver position.
Right, and for tight end, I will say Dalton Schultz. No,
Schultz again.
But no, if Schultz is out there, go get him. I mean, I don't know what more you want me to say about this guy. But I'll give you another guy.
Still less than 50% up.
Wow, dude! Like, for the love of God, like,
pick him the fuck up. Yeah.
Jesus, and then Dak is throwing for 6,000 yards. The defense is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, I digress. Dan Arnold from the Arizona Cardinals. We talked about Kyler and his woes in passing. After DeAndre Hopkins, who's the next guy? Well, Christian Kirk hasn't done anything. Andy Isabella.
Big disappointment.
Andy Isabella is the guy we all fell in love with. Kind of like, oh, he could be. No. Kenyon Drake, we talked about, kind of out of it. Chase Edmonds should start. But there's one consistent guy with Hopkins, and it's Dan Arnold. And he gets 5 fucking targets a game. For a tight end, that's pretty good. In an offense like the Arizona Cardinals, you can pick up this guy, feel comfortable. If you're missing a tight end from the Lions and Packers, I doubt you need that, but Dan Arnold.
Tyler Hockenson, baby.
Dan Arnold.
Big
there
Tyler
you go.
Hockenson fans. And yeah, if you are, and if you haven't done this yet, speaking of tight ends you need to pick up, 13.9% owned. Fucking disrespectful to Mo Alley Cox. And touchdown 3 out of the 4
Go pick
weeks.
up Cox!
Pick the Cox up. It is hard. It is ready to go for you. It is going to come in your opponent's face. Go get the Cox.
Oh my God.
Let's go right into defense, man. I don't want to stress anymore. Pick up Mo Alley Cox.
Mo Alley Cox, Schultz, get him. Chicago
Schultz.
Bears. Yes, people are like, Michael, why are you picking the Chicago Bears? Well, here's my point. Even with the offensive explosion that Tom Brady had against the Chargers, you know how many points the Chargers gave you on defense?
How many?
5. I mean, 5 points in a 5-touchdown passing performance. That's fucking nuts. That's pretty good.
It's just because that pick 6.
Oh, pick 6. But yeah, I mean, but that's the point I'm trying to make. Tom Brady's not going to run out of the pocket. Chris Godwin's probably going to miss this game. You can get sacks on this guy when you have Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, all these guys. Eddie Jackson in the back can get some picks. You can pick up the Chicago defense knowing that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will score. But they have enough firepower to get sacks, fumbles, and interceptions.
I agree.
To combat that. So this is a deep dive, yes. But if you need a deep dive, this is the team you should get.
No, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I had the Broncos defense last week, as I mentioned, and they got 8 points, right? So, I mean, they still let up 27 points, but they got 8 points overall.
Right.
So if you have that explosive team that's going to give Brady a tough time, which you know they will, that's not a bad pickup at all. But if you're looking for something that's just a breeze, that's easy, that you don't really have to think about, any defense that is facing the NFC East. Any defense that is facing any team in the NFC East, go ahead and pick them up right now, except for maybe the Cowboys, to be honest, because it's just going to be a 70-point battle every single time totally. So I'll tell you right now, yeah, any team facing the Eagles, facing the Giants, facing the Washington team name to be determined at a later date, go get them right now.
All right, baby.
My favorite segment, which is where the voice originally started from. Actually, the voice probably originally started from just broadcasting in general from the 1920s. So I'll go ahead and use it one more time. Expect new and improved, maybe an Italian segment introductions next week. But for now, Nude, we have the Gambling Corner, Little Joe Oo's favorite segment. Coming up first, tomorrow night, coming and going to see, as Nude had already mentioned, that stout Chicago Bears defense against a on-fire Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. The Bears at home are plus 3.5, and they are going to be an over-under of 44.5. Nude, what you like? Who you got?
I'm fucking over. This is a fade because I think it's going under, but Tampa Bay covers.
Tampa Bay covers. I agree, Tampa Bay covers, but I think it is an over game. I think this is definitely an over game. I think that's too low. Listen, the Bears, I understand they went under last week, but I feel pretty good about this. I think it's going to be an explosive back-and-forth game. with the Buccaneers covering. Next game up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with, because it is the next game up on the card, the Carolina Panthers are going to dirty Atlanta, where the Atlanta Falcons are going to get an intelligence test before to make sure they meet the proper intelligence to actually play in a game where they don't need special need treatment. They are favored here, Nude. Favored here, Nude, at -2. Over, under at 54, in my fade the fuck out of this game of the week.
Give me the over in the Falcons.
Say that one more time, just real clear, so everybody can hear.
Give me the fucking over and the Atlanta fucking Falcons.
Oh, God, man, it's like when you pick these picks, it's like being backed up and you haven't taken a number 2 in weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's just, all you can do is groan and barely roll over and hopefully take that poop, and I guess I'll have to go and poop with the Panthers. I'm going to take a money line here. I'm going to go under, Noon.
Nice.
I'm going to go under here, and we were so goddamn similar last week, and I'm going to stop us here for a second after I pick again. Once again, I'm going to go Panthers money line. I'm going to go under, and I just actually no, we'll do it at the end. We'll say our week totals at the end since we're only rolling here. We did not say our week 4 totals. We'll get that at the end. But let's go to the next game at Washington D.C., where the Los Angeles Rams are going to see the Washington football team named to be determined later date, but probably not. Shocker here as always, the Washington football team named to be determined later date, but probably not, are underdogs at +7, over under 45.5. Who you got? Pharaoh.
Wait, who was the underdogs?
Just to be clear, and I know this is surprising, a little shocking, hold your breath. Washington football team named to be determined later date, but probably not. See how fast I'm getting at that, by the way?
Very good. But I'm not picking them. I'm picking.
Oh, good, okay. No, great.
And under, baby. You know what I'm here for.
All right, well, Ned trying to brag about not picking the Washington football. The first Nude and Joe on the same page of the day. We're going to go ahead and move right along to, I'm very curious what you might do here. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to see a Lamar Jackson who might slowly but surely be trying to recover still from that kryptonite. I didn't say it. And they are favored here. The Baltimore Ravens are at -13, over under 51. How you going, dude? -13, over under 51.
Over, Bengals cover.
Bengals cover. I gotta do
Here's
it.
the reason why. Give
us something.
Even with, like, when Andy Dalton was the quarterback, shit went awry.
It's a divisional matchup. Let's also point out, I will say, that the Bengals they did not win, but they kept it very close last year against the Ravens and did cover in both the games. Covered in both the games last year against the Bengals, and that's exactly why I'm going to take the Ravens in the over here. They are going to cover that -13. I'm telling you right now, Lamar is going to come back in that MVP form and finish a very, very strong season and create, as I like to say, an absolute blood orgy. Moving right along to a divisional matchup. I guess it's kind of hard to pick an NFC East defense here this week. I might have to change that here at the end, but we'll move right along because the Giants are going to see the Cowboys go into Jerry's world. -9.5 Cowboys, Nude.
Cowboys, even though they're frauds, but I can't.
You're taking the points?
Wait, what? No.
-9.5?
No, just to win.
Just the -463 money line. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Speaking of taking risks this week.
And then the under for sure. I call them frauds, but I mean, if you can't listen, this is public service announcement number 2.
At number 3, I had one earlier.
If they can't beat these Giants, quit. Just quit. Tank for Trevor.
As you so far going against the Cowboys is working very well against me, and I'm going to go against it here. I can't, in good conscience, I can't pick the Giants to win. But I will pick them to cover. I will pick the under here. Listen, we talked about it already. The Cowboys straight up, and I feel like it's such a cliche to say, but I've never meant it more, straight up have no one on defense. Nobody is there playing on defense.
Nope.
I know that usually people say that, they have no one on defense because there's no one you can name. No, there is not a player that is showing up at all on that field.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
Thank you. All right, moving right along to the Indianapolis Colts versus the Cleveland. Are they actually that poopy? Is it golden poop?
Who knows?
They got a little golden poop shining.
Who knows?
This will be their true test in what is basically a pick'em here, as the Browns are dogs at -1.5, Nude. Over, under, 47.
All in good consciousness, I gotta pick the Colts. Just because I can't pick the Browns. At this
Points? I mean, it's -1.5. You might as well take
it's
a
a
point.
pick 'em. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Over.
Because I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
I think it's over.
I
here,
just
too.
don't know anymore.
I think it's over. I hate it. I hate it.
Just
I
say
hate
it. You
I
want to
hate
say it. Do it.
I hate it.
Do
I
it,
hate
baby.
I
Say
hate
it. Say it.
Browns money line. Straight up at that +105.
Woo!
My dog of the week. Colts are due for a loss. They lost against the Jaguars week 1. I think they lose against another shitty team here. Philip. Sorry, honey. It's not going to work out to you. Since you like to call everybody else on that field, honey, it's not going to work out for you. Going on to the Sunday night game. We are going to see the Minnesota Vikings and Kirk bringing the whole entire power of God with him to see the Seattle Seahawks, where the devil himself is going to roast him. A churching going, churching loving Kirky Kirk and the Vikings. I think there's no doubt what I'm going to pick here. And a rout. And a fucking rout. Sound like Stu Finder. I gotta chill out here. And a fucking by 6,000. Roll it, baby. My Stu Finder impression. It's gonna be the Seahawks. That's pretty good, right? It's gonna let it roll. But I'm not gonna pick like Stu would here, because Stu's probably gonna pick the Vikings. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Seahawks here by 40. Over under 57. Give me the over 2.
Alright, you're drooling. So
I am on my beard, all over the equipment.
You gotta relax.
That's what happens when you try to go to the frame of Steve Finder. It is not good. Even being in that mindset
I
for
am
a second,
so frazzled right now.
It is
Seahawks
damaging.
and over. Please go to the next game.
it is
now.
damaging. Yeah, well,
Just go to the next
no
game.
more airtime for Stu
Oh
Stu
my
Joe.
God.
Well, that is the first and only appearance of Stu
Watching
Joe.
that was like watching
He
a
is
dog
retired.
get fucking plowed. Just go.
Or getting
Please go.
a new bone.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Speaking of, maybe not getting bone here as I wanted to say, but in the Monday night game, cue the trumpet. Okay, you recovered. You recovered. It was a little stumble, but you recovered nicely there. As long as it's gonna make you take a take 2. Do you want to take 2? There you go.
No.
The San Diego Chargers, some call them the LA Chargers now, are going to see the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints here are without a doubt favored. -7.5, over under 50.5. God, I hate
MT's
the
back.
I
Jared
hate the
Cook
board
is
this
back.
week.
Man, MT's back. Jared Cook is back. That means the Saints are back. Give me the Saints. Give me the over. Let's go, Justin Herbert. Put them points up, boy.
Over. Saints, Nude and Joe on the same page. Only 2 this week. Real quick before we are out. We were hot last week, Nude. I'm sorry, are you doing the show with the camera or me?
Just hurry up, man.
Are you doing the show with the camera or me?
Tell people how I fucked you last week.
I won last week in week 4. I was 9-3 in Nude's dumbass pick of the Cowboys. He was 8-4 in his picks overall.
Shocker.
That is his
Cowboys was
disappointment.
the reason I fucking lost.
Great win by me with
Suck
the Browns
my cock.
pick. Over-unders, we were also quite hot as well. 10-3, 10-4. Nude was 10-3, so he did get the better of me there.
Calendar change. I
Yeah,
change. We
10-4.
change, baby.
And next up with the totals overall, at the total spread picks, I'm catching up to you. I'm hot on your heels, baby. Nude is 32-27. I am 31-28. Over-under picks totally are 30. Nude is 34-26. I am 32-29. Get your nuts ready. I'm killing your future children.
All right, baby. Well, that's great.
And he's just accepting that. Okay, wonderful.
So
He's just
I am
gonna
accepting
take it up
I'm
the
gonna
butt
accept
as
it.
usual.
Because he wants to talk all this
And
big
nice,
shit, like he did,
cutty,
like he did the
fashion.
Lamar thing. Next thing you know, you're
I'm
$100
gonna go ahead,
down.
expose
So
that
guess
butthole,
what? Here we
till
go.
you tap out
This is the face of
and
the franchise.
cry.
I'm your host, Michael Shanuti, and always I'm with this dumbass who doesn't know what he needs to shut the
Genius.
help up. Where can they
Genius.
find to hear your dumbass?
Well, first of all, our website is www.4cr.studio. So go check us out. First week, I told you I'd get it. I told you I'd get it last week, and I got it. I got it, Engineer Sam. Love that Engineer Sam smile, by the way. And if you want to see Engineer Sam smile and be part of the family, that is, of course, Face of the Franchise, Thoughtology, Free Therapy, Bread and Butter, Degenerates Are Us, named and likely be changed soon. Last Nice Guys, and I believe I hit them all in the head except for Course 5 Holers. And go check them out all right now. Great shows, great podcasts. DM us to be part of the beautiful team at the cheapest prices. You're going to see Buffalo Wing Factory, still best wings you'll ever have. Go get your glasses. Where, Nude?
Eyesight. Look them at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Eyesight. Please hit them up. They're the best in the business. And as always, stay breezy, stay easy, one love.
Ha ha!